Gents, which of these options would you choose?
As a man, would you rather a roster of multiple women that are beautiful, gorgeous, like fine, or one woman who will be your wife, who you will love, who will love you, who will be loyal to you, who will be down for you, who will ride for you, who will be the mother of your children, who you enjoy spending time with? Which one would you rather?
Now, I'm going to be honest. Back in the day, I probably would have chose to have a harem of women, but I was a younger man then, and I didn't understand the importance of having one woman that is solid and down for you. Based on talking to some of the gents and seeing some of your comments, I think that a lot of you all see that as well. You could have a rotation of women that didn't get me any further to my goals. If anything, all it did was drain me of the resources I need to be where I needed to be or where I could have been. But when you have one woman that got your back and is down for you, that shit is more precious than rubies. Even the Bible says that. But today, we're going to talk about how women have ruined relationships and why men have walked away. The clips that I have for you today is going to start us off on a bigger conversation that I want us to have. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And with that being said, let's get started. This young man just discovered something that I hope that all gents get through their head, is that women have lied. But I want you to hear specifically the lie that this young man is talking about because it's applicable to all men.
I just wanted to come here and tell y'all, they lied. They don't want a nigga with a 9 to 5. They don't want a nigga focused on their bread. They really don't. They say they do until they start talking to a nigga that's focused on their money, and now it's, you don't care, you don't make time for me, you don't miss me. I'm trying to make this fucking money. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Is you trying to be in Miami with your toes up? Is you trying to be in the goddamn Bahamas? Is you trying to go to the bar down the street at Applebee's? Pick a struggle.
Now, I find it interesting that he said pick the struggle because that is really going to be the topic of tomorrow's video. But today, what I want you to realize is that so many of us men have been told that we need to be making a certain amount, that we need to be making money, we need to be doing this, we need to be on our grind. The men that need to do what they need to do are doing it. It ain't bad money if it's a steady paying job, especially in this economy, and I will show y'all that here soon. When they talk about wanting a man that's, making 6 figures and got all this stuff, I'm sure dudes would like to be at their home making, 6 figures and able to do that shit. I've said here many times, when you make 6 figures, you have to put in some work for that 6 figures. But they want that dude to be home. They themselves don't want to work for the money, and they don't want to help a man halfway get there so they have an equal amount of time. They want you to make all the money and give them all the time. But worst of all, these modern women don't even respect men as it is.
It's the men in my comments saying if we focus on ourselves in our 20s, nobody's going to want us because we're going to be too old. The gag is we don't want y'all no more. That's the point of the video. That old school saying applied when y'all were providers, okay? We were taught at a young age to secure a family and a husband for stability only. Please don't think women's primary goal is to have a man and have a family. That is back in the day when you guys were head of household. However, now we are head of household.
You see, already the mask has come off. Oh, we're doing all this stuff. We got all this stuff going on, so we don't really need y'all anymore. We're going to talk about that a little bit. You all aren't head of household anymore. We are. How's that fucking working out for our kids? You all are head of household of your household with no man in it, and our kids are doing worse. Like, literally make that shit make sense.
And to be honest, y'all not too fun to be around. Y'all not that cute or aesthetically pleasing.
And then here we go with the shame, insults, guilt need to be right. You're a dude and you take care of yourself and you actually look good. Then they say you sassy. Or they say that, oh, a dude shouldn't be trying to look better than me. Especially if you do look better. You keep yourself up. Now they jealous of you too. They jealous of you just as much as they jealous of the woman that they can't stand. Or they're even their best friends. And when they talk about not fun or boring, you got that shit the other way around, baby. Y'all are the boring ones. Y'all the ones that can't hold a real conversation. Y'all the ones want to be fucking entertained. Y'all think that a man got time to be entertaining with a woman that don't know how to fucking hold a conversation? These women today cannot hold a fucking conversation. That's why I'm not even attracted to women who can't hold a fucking conversation, who don't have something interesting to say. But he's gonna go in a little bit differently, and he's gonna talk about the bigger issue on why men are walking away, essentially, and speaking directly to women like the one we just talked about.
What the fuck is wrong with you bitches? Running around. I'm wife material. No, you're not. Says who? If you could be a wife, you'd be a wife.
Yes.
I'm single by choice. No, you're not. You're single because you don't have a fucking choice. I got
None.
options. No, you don't. You got a bunch of niggas that'll take you to Pound Town. That's about it. Ain't nobody looked at you and said, you know what? I'll take care of you. I'll be your husband. I'll protect and provide for you and only you. Ain't nobody said that to you. Never. Not once. You know why? Because you're not wife material.
Exactly.
You be one. You're 35, 30 plus, talking about, I'm a good wife. How the fuck would you know?
Listen, it's not to say that a woman who's 30 plus couldn't get a man or can't get a wife or can't find anybody. That is absolutely not true. Right? It is completely possible. But the thing is, you're not giving that man some of your best years. At least not to have kids, and for damn sure not the fun years. He gets to have you when you've been ran through, especially the way women are nowadays. Women nowadays are very promiscuous, okay? Very, very promiscuous. I don't understand what the goal is of what y'all fucking trying to do. But the one thing is clear. He is absolutely right. Modern women today are not wives, and this is another reason that men are walking away. Now, I think this next clip is really important because we talk about men being providers and stuff, but I think we gotta really narrow what that means. We gotta narrow what being a provider means. It doesn't mean what modern women think it means, that I'm supposed to just do for you because you're a woman.
Most Western women have been taught to never trust a man, never depend on a man. Well, we talked about this earlier in the other podcast. I asked you, if you were not able to provide a child for your partner, how would that feel? You said that would feel what?
Feel like I couldn't give him the thing that I was meant to provide.
Correct.
She said she would feel like she wasn't able to give a man the thing that she was meant to provide, which is to bear a child for a man. And in return, that man is supposed to protect and provide for that wife, for that child. Notice what I said, for that wife. But a lot of women today are like the one that we saw earlier. They don't want to be under the care of a man because they think they can do it themselves. And now they and that child are not protected. Now, I want you to hear that because we talk about purpose on this channel. But you need to understand that men have a purpose too. And as much as we might stay single and opt out of dating, this is still a need for some men.
Now, I put that back into this court. Men's number one thing is providing. And so if I go in a relationship with someone who's been taught since childhood, never depend on a man, because he will hold it over you. And the very thing I feel like I'm made for, you are withdrawing.
Why am I fucking there? Why am I there if I can't do the thing that I'm made to do? And this leads us into our next segment on essentially why successful black men are walking away.
Boosie asks, why do so many successful black men date white women? Were the role models dating white women? Were they raised to like white women? What do white women do that black women don't? What's wrong with the black woman? So apparently men like Boosie and black women are unaware that black women are the most heavily favored group of women relative to other groups of women, to be the most difficult group of women to maintain a healthy relationship.
By and large, as many as there's black women talking about, oh, we can go outside and date outside of our race. As much as you have black women saying that we can go and date outside of our race, you don't have that many suitors. You got dudes they'll beat that thing up, but they don't really want to be with you.
Seem to realize that successful black men need emotionally supportive, loyal, submissive, and feminine black women, and those black women are in short supply in the black community. The majority suffer from main character syndrome, an inflated sense of self-importance, and are delusional about their own mate value.
Do you think that when you shake ass in the camera and stuff, like men are gonna look at this and be like, you know, that's a girl who I want to make my wife?
I don't give a
fuck.
I love the way he framed that. Hey, is this someone that could be my wife? And the most nastiest, vilest thing came out of her mouth.
At all times, fuck you niggas, I don't give a fuck.
Majority also love to berate, emasculate, and disrespect their men when they're in relationships with them.
I told you we should just become friends because it seemed like that you weren't showing me no interest.
You wanted me to court you and woo you like you was my girlfriend.
I never did want to do that.
Yes,
You just
you
saying
did.
that, okay.
Stop, bitch. I told you stop. You're a bitch.
What?
You're a bitch.
Oh, and did I mention that the majority tend to romanticize, chase, and copulate with thugs and criminals?
Most romantic thing somebody did for me, it was my first boyfriend, and it was Valentine's Day. He robbed somebody and gave me the money and gave me the bill he stole, and it was just so sweet.
That's the standards that y'all women are holding? But I'm saying, y'all got the nerve to come on a channel like this, and I'm wrong for calling this shit out. They think they hard, and they don't understand that life is harder. They don't understand that with that type of behavior, it's only a matter of time before you get your due. Because you're gonna come across somebody that's not gonna put up with that shit.
It's time for women to take accountability for how terrible the dating pool is. We started taking advice from hoes. Not old school hoes either, that was on Backpage and Craigslist. Hoes that get online showing their full face, their full government is on their page, and they're telling whole stories, but they're not telling the whole story.
She cut with that one.
So now women think that they man and they trick are supposed to act the same. Tricks and boyfriends, they supposed to pay rent and buy bags and buy shoes and take you out to eat 4 times a week, and it's never gonna fucking happen.
That's a dude giving you shit, tricking off money, but that's not what being a provider is. Being a provider is more than just what he gives you. You can already, we're gonna talk about this week, I promise you, it's a video coming on how not to choose the wrong woman again. But one of the things is being a provider isn't you just giving her money. And if that's the only thing that she will accept from you, that woman don't really fuck with you. And you're gonna wanna check out this video right here because this here is a foundational piece to the conversation that we're having and you don't wanna miss it.